If you are enjoying this podcast and other podcasts on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network, be sure to check out the Dragon Wagon Shop. Awesome t-shirts and mugs from your favorite shows so you can tout your podcast pride all while supporting your favorite podcast network. And make sure to check it often for new items and limited time designs. Shop now at dragonwagonradio.com/shop and get your dragon swag on.
To this mythology, Paul's a connoisseur. Sarah has an interest, but it's all Greek to her. From Cronus's kids' weird childhood to what's going down in Hades' hood. These fables are bizarre but good. It's myth understood.
Hey, Sarah, would you say that song is still accurate? Like, do you still have an interest?
Oh, no. No, I'm good.
Well, thank you for listening to another episode of Myth Understood with me, Paul Bianchi, and her,
Sarah Oliver.
Yeah. Today, I have to say, I'm sorry, I lied.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah, I thought that I would be done with the Odyssey, but I have to, it's going to be this one, and then for sure it's going to be the next one. It's just, when I was looking at the Odyssey again, I forgot how much happens with Odysseus' son, and it's a lot.
Wait, the son he had with Kirky?
No, well, the son that he had with his wife Penelope.
Before he left?
Yeah, the infant son.
Ooh, so this guy's like 20...
Yeah. And I'm gonna be called out for the pronunciation of his name, but I'm gonna go with Telemachus because that's just...
That sounds right.
Telemachus?
Telemachus.
It might be Telemachus.
Oh, well, now that you threw that one in there.
Yeah, it might be.
Twitter will explode.
Yeah, it's, with Greek names, there's, you don't know what that E is gonna do sometimes. It's gonna change things up. But how's your life, Sarah?
My life?
Yeah.
I am rich and successful.
Wonderful.
And I have a harem.
I'm glad that these things finally came to fruition for you. She had dreams about having a harem, and now she finally has one.
Mm-hmm.
Those pants, by the way, are sheer and fluffy.
Yep.
You look like MC Hammer, but I think you were going for I Dream of Genie.
Yes.
So perfect.
What about your stupid life? Is it almost over?
Mine's also similar to MC Hammer, in which my house is being foreclosed upon.
You're broke.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna dive back into the Odyssey, and I'm sorry that we're not finishing today, but boy, is there a lot to cover. When we last left Odysseus, he was on the piece of wood that Rose was on at the end of Titanic.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio's dick.
Yeah, he's floating on Leonardo DiCaprio's severed penis, which is only the second time we've talked about severed penises in Greek mythology. Oh, or probably more. Yeah, but yeah, his the thorn in his side. His brother-in-law ended up eating one of the handsome cows, and then Poseidon.
Yes.
Got revenge.
I feel like that wasn't a worthy death of what a big prick he was.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, I can't wait until Odysseus gets revenge upon him. And then
totally.
He really doesn't. It's like, it's just his own undoing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he gets swallowed by the sea.
It's food poisoning.
Odysseus nearly evades being swallowed by Charybdis. Someone who's a listener said, hey, that monster from Star Wars, it's the Sarlacc pit.
The thing that eats Boba Fett?
Yeah, the thing that eats Boba Fett. So they said definitely a distant cousin of Charybdis. So
that gives us a visual.
It does.
We like visual aids.
We really do. And I wonder, is it pre George Lucas's meddling or after? Because he added additional CG to the Sarlacc pit so that it was more exciting.
Oh, probably pre then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So after he's set adrift and he's floating on Leonardo DiCaprio's dick,
and it's just him now.
Just him by himself. Everyone's dead. He's alone on the piece of wood, and he calls out for a hero to save him.
I need a hero.
Yeah, he's singing that alone. How's more of that song go?
I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
And no one hears his prayers. But he ends up drifting towards the island of Calypso. And now it's time for us to talk about Calypso. Do you know who Calypso is?
She was in a Pirates movie. I'm sad. That's the reason I know who she is.
Yeah, that's definitely where they got the name from. Calypso was the daughter of the Titan god Atlas. Who remember Atlas?
Yep, he's got the worst job.
Yeah, he holds up the heavens. And her mother was Tethys. And her
How did he have time to procreate?
This
Is that when an earthquake happens? Because if the world's a rockin', don't come a knocking.
Yeah, he definitely screws while he's holding up the heavens. But and just imagine having sex with him while he's holding up the heavens. Like you'd just be like, man, you're so tense. And you'd also probably consider faking it because you wouldn't want him to drop the heavens.
But somehow.
But we'll find out how she was created because her name is related to the Greek word which means to conceal, and she symbolized forces that divert men from their goals.
Eek.
Calypso lived in the island, and a listener, it's the same. I'm going to mention him again. It's Weebs fucking or. And he, again, called me out for not being able to pronounce this word. It's a hard word. It is Ogyigia. And I believe he said it should be pronounced Ogygia. Unless, but he didn't really specify if they were hard G's or soft G's. So it could have been Ogygia.
So this is on you, Weebs fucking.
It's still on you.
Every time he butchers a word.
Yeah. You gotta spell it out even more for me because I'm a dumb. But she was forced to live there as a prisoner, Calypso, because she supported her father Atlas in the battles between the Titans and the Olympians during the Titanomachy. So this is why she was able to be born. So he didn't have sex while holding up the world.
Well, you just ruined my fun imagination.
I think though for sure that he did after he was in prison there, but she was a pre holding up the heavens Atlas birth. Anyway, on the island of Calypso.
So she's just on the island because she's like, well, everyone's going to war. I sure hope my dad doesn't die. And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, she sort of only vocally supported the Titans. Like, go, dad, hope you don't lose.
She just had like a big finger foam thing.
Yeah, that's actually what she's got us of, is foam fingers. And when Calypso sees Odysseus, he drifted for 9 days in the open sea, should be dead.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe he drank morning dew off of the back of his hand. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, it's 2 days without water, 2 weeks without food. So I guess as long as he could get fresh water, he's fine.
Yes, maybe he was able to collect fresh water on.
For me, it's 2 hours without food. But
that's true. I've seen it. You died before. But Calypso sees Odysseus washed up on the beach, and
ooh, someone to fuck with.
Yeah, except remove the word with.
Okay. Good God, this guy's just floating around from like boner palace to boner palace.
Yeah, well, Calypso again is alone on this island.
Okay, that makes sense.
And a hunky man washes up on shore.
Is he still hunky?
Sure, who knows? He's telling the story. I looked hot.
And I look ripped because I had starved.
Yeah. He's wearing the what's the name of the latest James Bond?
Hopefully Idris Elba.
Oh, the one before that though? Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig.
Wasn't he known for wearing the little blue swimsuit?
Oh, I think he did that.
Yeah, so that's what Odysseus is wearing here.
You gotta draw attention away from his face. I went there.
Oh.
He's not cute.
She's calling you out, Daniel Craig, which is going to be sad because he's going to be our next guest on this podcast. So she found him on the beach where she held his exhausted body to her bosom, and then she gave him wine to drink, which is exactly what I want when I'm starving.
Good God, that's the last thing you want. You're fucking like heat exhausted, dehydrated.
Yeah.
Don't give me wine.
She's like, okay, will I have this or Prosecco?
Oh, yeah, no. The red wine.
Calypso fell for Odysseus and wanted to make him her immortal husband, and also she wanted to give him eternal youth. But Odysseus did not accept her generosity because he was dreaming of going back to Ithaca and being with his wife. So I guess, I don't know.
It's just like, no. It's, what is it? What's it called when you're like a last minute quarterback or something?
You're asking the wrong guy. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know about sports, but I do know that it's too little,
I believe
too
that's
late.
called a pinch hitter. Well, Calypso was so much in love with Odysseus at this point that despite the refusal of her offers, she kept hoping and she kept finding ways to seduce Odysseus. Calypso, what are you doing over there?
Oh, just buttering up my Ariel.
Oh my God. That's why she failed. That's not even butter, that's margarine. If it was butter, it surely would have worked. Try something else.
Oh, what else do I have in my fridge?
Eventually, she dry humps a honey baked ham, and that's what makks Odysseus decide. Okay, fine.
I'll swim home. Oh no, that does. He's gonna do it.
Yeah. Eventually, she does succeed in making him her lover.
But okay, lover is different than eternal youthful husband.
Yeah.
Which is like she wants a lot.
She does want a lot. So guess how long she succeeds in keeping him as her lover?
12 hours?
Longer.
A week?
Longer.
Year?
Longer.
Whoa. 10 years.
Shorter.
7.
7. You are on the nose. That's exactly the time. Yeah, they lived together for 7 years.
Jesus.
In her breathtaking cave home. And according to the scholar Hesiod, Calypso gave birth to 2 kids during this time. They both have N names. Nausithius and Nasinoius.
Weeps fucking has taken away all your confidence in these things.
Yeah. The question that arises was Odysseus really imprisoned by Calypso, or were his longings weakened over the years? And did he believe, like, you know what, I'm probably just never gonna get home to Penelope at this point, or if I do, is she just gonna be old and I'm not gonna want to be with her?
Yeah, because at this point, they're in their 50s.
No, let's say Odysseus was 22 when it started, and then 10 years of the Trojan War,
yeah,
and then 10 years now at this point. So yeah,
okay, so they're early 40s.
Early 40s, yeah.
She's probably keeping it tight.
Yeah, she's definitely keeping it tight.
Yeah.
So not wishing to lose one of her favorite heroes forever, witch goddess springs into action.
Witch goddess? Like she's a witch?
No, witch as in... No, Hecate's not doing anything on this one. Witch goddess is springing into action.
Because she doesn't want to lose her favorite...
One of her favorite heroes.
Oh, Athena.
Athena,
oh, yeah. Yeah, did you get some Prosecco?
Athena shows up at Zeus's door to plead with him to assist in freeing Odysseus from Calypso.
Dad.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Dad.
Hi, Athena.
Dad.
You're my favorite daughter. Love you so much.
I am going to burst out of your head again unless you save my homie.
Wait, which one's your homie? You've got so many homies.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones. The one who he's going on the island fuck tour right now.
Oh, Odysseus. Yeah. I've been paying close attention to that. Real close attention to it.
Dad, don't make it weird.
Well, you know what's weird is I want to help you out. I want to help you out so bad, baby, but your uncle is my brother Poseidon, and he's really mad at this guy right now. Why are you and Poseidon always fighting?
I think he's a drunk.
Oh, that sounds accurate.
Yeah.
So, because Athena is Zeus's favorite daughter, he decides to help her out. Zeus sends the messenger of the gods, Hermes, to persuade Calypso to let Odysseus go. And Calypso couldn't refuse Zeus, the king of the gods, because she's somewhat fearful of his powers. But she also was really angry because of her loss to come. And so she had something to say.
Her loss of being able to come.
Uh-huh. That's true. Well done. So she had something to say to Hermes, and maybe this is the...
I got something to say.
Here, do you want to...
I got a message to send back to you.
Do you want to read it?
All right. Okay. Cruel folk you are, unmatched for jealousy, you gods who cannot bear to let a goddess sleep with a man, even if it is done without concealment, and she has chosen him as her lawful consort. Okay?
So, yeah, basically, male gods do this to women all the time. Why can't I?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like...
Sexism in the workplace.
Yeah, basically like, well, you're a prisoner, though, so you don't get any rights. Also, you're a woman, so you're absolutely right. And you got to think that Hermes is absolutely used to this because he's the messenger god, and they don't call it shooting the messenger for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So Calypso ends up helping Odysseus build a boat that would take him back to his wife in Ithaca. She also provides enough food and wine for the long journey.
God, these women.
And she also gives him fair winds because she's a goddess, so she can give him fair winds. And
I just ask for my house key back. That's all I do. You figure the rest out.
So then Calypso does something real great. She waves goodbye to Odysseus, and then she goes back to her beautiful cave home and attempts
gets the butter back out
and attempts to commit suicide. However,
death by butter.
She's immortal, so she just ends up giving herself terrible pain and suffering over and over and over again.
Oh God!
Yeah.
She's just so that's the rest of her life is trying to kill herself
until she gets over it.
Oh, okay.
So 7 years.
We all get a little moody.
Yeah. So she gets out the butter. Slides across the floor into a knife. She's just like, ow, I forgot I'm immortal.
All right.
So meanwhile, throughout this whole 10-year period, a whole mob of suitors is all over the estate in Ithaca and courting Odysseus' wife.
Hell yeah. Good.
The beautiful Penelope.
Good.
In hopes of taking over his kingdom.
I hope she got hers because he got his.
His son, Telemachus, who was the infant that we talked about, he's resigned himself to the likelihood that his father is dead.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to get mommy laid.
Yeah, he's like, okay, which one of these assholes is going to become my dad?
Mm-hmm. I'm 22 years old. I need a new daddy.
Yep. With at this point, Athena approaches Zeus again.
Dad.
What? Okay, what? You're interrupting my stories.
So we got to get a hoe laid.
Yeah, you got puke on your shirt.
It was you put it there.
At this point, Athena does not want to get Penelope laid, but Athena wants Odysseus to find his way back to her.
Yeah, we got to get a hoe laid by her husband, is what I was saying.
Okay. And so she requests that Zeus allow her to travel to Ithaca to speak with his son.
Let me close up her vagina. Let me put it out of commission till he's home.
She assumes the form of Odysseus's old friend Mentes.
That's weird. You could just be yourself.
And what I like about this, and it really fits the misunderstood idea that Athena's a drunk, because she's bad at disguises. She's a goddess, but Telemachus totally...
Why is there a mustache on your chin?
Telemachus totally suspects that Mentes is actually Athena when she approaches him. So she's like, she shows up.
Top of the morning.
Hey, Athene.
Mentos. My name is Mentos.
Oh, hey, Mentos.
Mentos.
Wow, you look just like I remember you. Like I was a baby. I shouldn't even remember what you looked like.
Yeah.
But I'm really convinced that you're not him.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
We gotta stop your mom.
All right, I gotcha.
Fucking.
Wink.
What? Don't wink at me. Are you trying to have sex with me?
No.
Because I'm a virgin goddess.
I thought you were a Mentos.
I'm a Mentos, and I could use one right now.
So Athena predicts that in this guise, she says Odysseus is still alive and that he will soon return to Ithaca.
I put money on it.
She advises Telemachus to call together all of the suitors and announce their banishment from his father's estate, which is great because Penelope isn't having any of them.
Damn it.
She does not like them.
Ugh, this is freaking typical.
She
goes 20 years without having sex again, and he's off on Fuck Island.
I mean, let's be real though. Penelope could be doing a servant. She doesn't want anyone to become her husband and become a king. But who knows? Maybe she never liked having sex. Maybe she's asexual. Maybe she doesn't like sex with Odysseus even.
Whoa.
Ooh. Think about that.
Think about that.
Athena also tells him that he must make a journey to Pylos and
gotta go.
And to Sparta to ask for any news of his father, even though she knows where he is. I don't know why she doesn't tell him that.
You should do, because I know a great pub crawl. You gotta hit these places on the way.
So, he gives the suitors the speech that he says, "Hey, all of you will soon be ordered to leave my father's house. I'm just giving you time to collect your things because I'm nice like that." And during this time, these two guys, Antinous and Eurymachus, who are two particularly defiant suitors, rebuke.
No, I don't want to go until I marry the queen.
They rebuke Telemachus and ask him to identify the visitor to whom he was just speaking.
Who was that girl with the mustache on her chin?
And Telemachus, even though he's like, "Oh yeah, that was clearly Athena," he says, "Oh, that was a friend of my father. It's a woman who dresses like a man, but certainly isn't a goddess of wisdom." Like that didn't look like a goddess of wisdom to you, did it? He does have a point there, yeah. So they believe them. So then Antinous blames the situation on Penelope.
What is she doing being a widow and a woman? How dare she?
He says that Penelope clearly seduces every suitor who's there in the building and then will commit to none of them. And
Did you see the way she walks around and has boobs? Fuck her. I would.
He also reminds the suitors of this ruse that she concocted to put off remarrying. Because
you remember when she was like, I'm in mourning. Fucking bitch.
Because Penelope said, "Hey, I'm going to choose one of you. I'm going to choose one of you to be my husband as soon as I finish weaving the burial shroud for my father-in-law, Laertes." But every day they see her working on the shroud and they're like, "Oh, and she's clearly still working on it." But then at night, after they're all drunk and hanging out on her property, she undoes everything that she just knitted. And so then the next day they're like, "You're still working on that thing?" And she's like, "I'm really slow. I don't know what I'm doing. I need a DIY."
So they've been hanging out for how long?
This whole time.
20 years?
Well, no, after more like 10, because it's after
the war.
Yeah, after the war.
Okay. So do they not have jobs?
They don't have jobs. No.
This is like, I don't understand this life where you're just like, there's a single lady and we live at her house now.
Well, it's because of
Why doesn't it work that way now? Why don't I just leave my apartment and I'm just like, hello?
It's because of that concept that I was talking to you about, how it was so you had to welcome travelers and visitors warmly to your house. And so she welcomes them. She's also the queen of this mini kingdom that Odysseus was the ruler over. and everyone's trying to become leader of that land. So yeah, they got nothing else to do but wear her down and just try to become
10
the
years
king.
though, that's overstaying a welcome.
It really is. But this is a Greek myth.
This is a very funny. No, this is just like a great the Bachelor setup, right?
Yeah, this
Like
is
they're
the
all
original.
living in this house.
Yeah, she keeps giving them roses and saying like, "I'm sorry, Tillamook, you have to leave." Yeah, I was gonna give him a Greek name, and then I really wanted a Tillamook sandwich, who's not our new sponsor, but Tillamook, if you're listening, I love your ice cream sandwiches.
They're listening.
They are listening. So Antinous continues on, and he says, if Penelope can make no decision, then she should be sent away, and someone else is going to make the decision of who becomes her new husband.
Oh, well, no, that's not how it works.
And
Get her out of the room. Men are talking.
Telemachus refuses to throw his mother out of her own house.
So far, this is my favorite Greek guy ever.
Yeah.
This guy's the son. Is he single?
He is single right now, yeah.
I'm going to call him.
And then he calls upon the gods to punish the suitors. He's like, please, someone kill all these fuckers.
There's got to be, okay, if you can be like turned into a spider web for being braggy, you should be fucking eviscerated for overstaying your welcome for 10 years in someone's house.
At that moment, a pair of eagles locked in combat appear overhead. And the soothsayer, who's also looking to get married to Penelope, interprets their struggle as a portent of Odysseus' imminent return and warns that the suitors will face massacre if they don't leave. And the suitors are like, whatever, you're just a soothsayer. You're not an augur, so we don't believe that you can interpret those birds. And the whole meeting ends in a deadlock.
Does the soothsayer himself call him, like, he's like, then I'm out? Or is he like, no, you're right, I'm dumb. He just sits and
I think
stays.
they're all drunk. They just they drink all of Odysseus' wine. They slaughter his cattle.
How is there
even.
not a spiteful god about this? This is all so much more offensive than what they're doing than any other regular mortal.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe Poseidon, because he hates Odysseus so much at this point, is allowing this to happen. Because Poseidon's got a lot of pull.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So
Does he have a cow thing or a horse thing?
he's got a horse thing.
Okay,
yeah.
a horse thing.
So Telemachus goes on his journey with a friend. I'm sort of
The pub crawl.
Yeah, the pub crawl. And eventually he reaches Sparta. And when he reaches Sparta, the king and queen, Menelaus and Helen, they're happily married after the Trojan War.
Damn.
They are celebrating the separate marriages of their son and daughter. And so he approaches during this ceremony.
Wait, they have 10-year-olds? Or this is from the first time they were married?
Probably the first time they're married.
They might be marrying up their 10-year-olds.
Yeah. they might be. Because otherwise they're marrying off their 20-year-olds, which seems old. So
And also I don't remember them having kids. Did they have kids?
maybe they're marrying off 10-year-olds. I don't know, Sarah.
Go over to the bouncy castle over
They're having a children's party. And Telemachus approaches Menelaus and he's like, Menelaus, I'm looking for my dad. Hey, whoa, there's a lot of kids running around here.
Hey, watch out. You almost got in the way of the piñata. This is a wedding.
Can you tell that clown over there to blow me up
I'll just tell him to
balloon?
blow you. It's a party.
Thanks, Menelaus.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Helen? You're looking great still.
I'm so happy. I feel like this weird feeling of guilt when I see anyone. I ruined lives.
You really did.
Yeah.
So Menelaus recounts his own return from Troy, and he says that at one point he was stranded in Egypt, and he was forced to capture Proteus, the divine old man of the sea. This sounds like some old man tall tales right here, because he doesn't have a story, like a Homeric story of his own. So he's just like, oh yeah, I had to go to Egypt, and then I was forced to capture Proteus, the divine old man of the sea, and yeah, he told me the way back to Sparta, and then he informed me of Odysseus, that he's still alive, but he's imprisoned by Calypso on her island.
And Helen was with him through all this?
Yeah, probably.
And she's like, yeah, that's the way it happened. Okay.
So that's how that meeting goes. Meanwhile, the suitors at Odysseus' house learn of Telemachus' voyage and prepare to ambush him when he returns because they see him as the only gatekeeper that prevent them from just...
He's a twat block. He's a twat block.
Yeah.
He must be destroyed.
Preventing them from Penelope. Meanwhile, I hope that she's knitting a gate to keep them out. Like, that seems like the only thing she can do.
That's her weapon.
So that's what's happening with Telemachus. We go back to Odysseus, and Odysseus has been sailing for 18 days by himself.
Do, 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 do. That's the other part of the song.
Okay. And Odysseus spots the island of the Phaeacians.
Island of Fellatio. Perfect. That's what Daddy likes.
And at that very moment, Poseidon figures out that what Zeus and Hermes and Athena all did to help Odysseus find his way back home.
Or they're just jiggling car keys over Poseidon's face.
Yeah, he got tired. His mobile over his crib finally ended. And he's so angry that he creates another giant storm and just karate chops Odysseus' new boat in half. And Odysseus is dragged into the sea. And during this time, a rarely mentioned goddess, Ino, comes to his rescue.
Who the hell is this?
So, Ino's sort of an interesting character because she's a maiden in some myth and
A big old hoe and some other one.
And she's sometimes related to or attributed to Poseidon's wife, Amphitrite, but she shows up here. She's sort of the divine maiden of salty sea mists or something, just something.
No, I need an actual job description. I'm the salty sea maiden.
That's what she is. She's salty. And when Odysseus has been dragged under the sea, she gives him a veil that keeps him safe and allows him to breathe underwater.
Why does she care?
Because she's nice. She doesn't have anything else to do, clearly. Athena, too, comes to Odysseus' rescue.
Here I am.
And she helps him reach the shore. As soon as Odysseus reaches the shore, he throws the protective veil back into the water as Ino had commanded him to do. I need that back.
Oh, I'm naked.
And he walks inland to rest in the safe cover of a forest. He's completely naked at this point. He got his clothes have been washed away in the sea. They were water soluble.
All my edible underwear dissolved.
That's all he was.
That's all Calypso gave him.
It is. Just clothes made out of fruit roll-ups. Yeah. That night, Athena appears in a dream to the Phaeacian princess Nausicaa, disguised as her friend.
Hey, it's me, Tammy.
Wait, why do you have a mustache on your chin?
Shit, is that still on? It's me, Tammy. We went to middle school together, and I need you to hook a guy up.
That's kind of what her friend Tammy leads her to. Tammy encourages the young princess to go to the river the next day to wash her clothes so that she'll be more attractive to the many men who are courting her.
You've been on Bumble for a while?
Yeah.
You need to fucking take a shower. You need to wash your clothes, girl. You stink.
I am a stank bitch. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Nausicaa goes to the river, and while she and her handmaidens are naked, because don't you do laundry naked?
It's laundry day. That's I just shrugged everyone in my apartment complex.
Yeah, I also let it get that bad. I just wait for my whole wardrobe to become dirty, and then it's just naked in the laundry room. So they're naked. They're playing ball. They're playing b-ball. They're shooting hoops.
I'm sorry. What?
They're just, the myth just says they're playing ball, but I like.
Wait, they're naked and they're playing any kind of sport?
they're tossing around a beach ball. Okay.
Why are they doing this?
Why not? And Odysseus wakes in the forest and wanders back out to the beach, just stark naked.
Oh my God, this is the biggest orgy yet, isn't it?
And they're all shocked to see a naked man, 40-year-old man.
What kind of monster just walks around naked?
And he apologizes. He says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm naked. I was wearing edible underwear." And my boat was chopped in half by the god of the sea, and then I was given this veil to wear, and then the goddess made me give it back, but then the drunk goddess, she came and she helped me get to shore. Anyway, I'm here now. I just woke up in the woods. Can you help me out?
And by help you out, you mean orgy with all of us?
That's not what she offers.
I'm shocked at the setup. Yeah. I'm shocked and appalled. This is bad writing.
I know. He pleads, and he never says who he is. He says, I'm not Odysseus. And
That sounds like another Greek name, not Odysseus.
And Nausicaa says, all right, well, you're a good-looking guy. I'm gonna
have an orgy with you.
I'm the princess. I'm gonna pretend like you didn't just affront me with your nudity, but I am gonna leave my servant girl Beth Ann to
really
no
okay.
I just gave her a name to help you clean up, and we're all gonna leave. And here, take some clothes too. Some of the clothes.
Take some lady clothes.
Yeah.
All right.
So
there's a lot of drag in this episode,
but that's the thing, is that it's togas, or it's not togas, but it's like it's like
He's
a sheet
covered in sandwiches.
It's not togos, it's togas. It's just like a very simple genderless
All right.
clothing. Nausicaa leaves with her handmaidens, leaves Beth Ann to help clean the dirt and brine off of Odysseus's body, and
so they have sex.
Probably. And Athena makes sure that
behind his ears. Yeah, it's the dirt. That's my boy. He's a dirt little boy. He's my boy.
Yes, she's there, definitely micromanaging Beth Ann as she cleans up. Beth Ann's going to get her own story after this. Cleans up Odysseus and makes him look especially handsome, so that when Nausicaa sees him again, that she'll fall in love with him.
Wait, why does she want that? She's trying to get her back to it.
Yes, Athena wants this. It's sort of a mean thing.
Athena's a bitch.
She wants Nausicaa to fall in love with Odysseus so that Nausicaa will go out of her way to help Odysseus. But she doesn't want Nausicaa to have long-term love with him. She just wants a summer fling for Nausicaa.
Cold.
Yeah. She's not the goddess of love.
No, she's not. She's not.
She's using that brain of hers.
Yeah. Wisdom.
Yeah.
Let me ruin, if I ruin one life.
So he walks back into the city. He's wearing Nausicaa's clothes. He's looking sharp as fuck. And when he sees Nausicaa, she's struck by his
clean. You're a clean person. Oh my God.
And she gives Odysseus directions to the palace and advice on how to approach her mother, Queen Arete, and
approach her for what?
Approach her for help, just getting back home. And
this is supposed to be her in love with him.
Yeah,
already.
Mm-hmm. She's in love with him.
This is the whole relationship. She
Yeah.
gives him directions.
She gives him direction, and she just extends additional kindness.
Oh, so they don't hook up, or he doesn't live with her for 9 years?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. That's not what happens. And so then he meets the wise Queen Arete, who immediately, when she's
already,
she sees him, and she's like, "Hey, those are my daughter's clothes.
I'm a very clean boy. Help me out.
Yeah,
I'm a clean little boy."
Here's the thing, though. I sewed those clothes, and I know those are my daughter's. Why are you wearing my daughter's clothes?
Because I'm a very clean little boy, and I need to get home. Also, pink looks great on me.
Odysseus responds by recounting the story of his journey from Calypso's island and his encounter with Nausicaa that morning.
edible underwear. I will help you.
And
You have surely been through the trials.
he also wants to absolve the princess for not accompanying him to the palace, which is something that she should have done.
My daughter didn't walk you here. Off with her head.
And Arete's husband, these names, I'm going to say Alcinous, which is very similar to, Antinoius, Alcinous. They've got two similar names.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. Yes. He is so impressed with the visitor
That is a clean boy.
that he offers Odysseus his daughter's hand in marriage.
Sir, how would you like to wear my daughter's clothes forever?
I would turn you down politely, sir, because I'm in love with my wife, Penelope, and I want to get back to her. There's a subtext here that I think Alcinous is actually just like one of those dads that is more in love with the prospect of the son-in-law situation with Odysseus.
What kind of 9-iron you got?
Yeah, he's really into Odysseus at this point. Like already.
I think I talked about golf, right?
Yeah, I think
I
you
did
did. He was a pinch hitter at golf. And Odysseus continues to hide his identity throughout all of this. Because
Not Odysseus.
Yeah.
You are the cleanest boy I've ever seen.
Not Odysseus.
Not Odysseus.
Yeah, and he, of course, there's a feast. There are
how many years does this last?
There are games. In fact, he invites not Odysseus to partake in the games. And
Do you like naked volleyball?
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
all we play.
And Odysseus is like, no, I can't. And then they're like, what? Are you afraid to face our best guy? And he's like, never. I'm not Odysseus, the strongest not Odysseus in the 7 seas. And so he just like destroys these guys at like boxing and all the heroic activities because he's Odysseus. And that just makes the king's boner
Wetter.
for him. Just he's wet and he's got a boner.
He can be it all.
He has it all. And it sort of sucks for Odysseus that he keeps hiding his identity because there's a bard who's around.
So it's like getting the top scores on a machine and not putting your initials in?
No, the reason that it sucks for him is that there's a bard and the bard keeps singing about tragic things from the Trojan War, which makes Odysseus routinely break down into tears. He's like, then Achilles died. And Odysseus is like, oh God. And
Someone changed this Pandora station. Pandora's box station.
And finally, after his 14th bout of tears, the Phaeacians are like, tell us your story, bitch. Who are you?
What's your deal?
And so he does. And he tells the story of all of the chapters that I've told you before. He tells everything it's in.
No,
in
don't just
entirety.
skip over it. Tell it all again.
I'm going to tell it all again. And so that's how the king is okay with him not marrying his daughter, because he understands, oh, you're the great Odysseus. You are married to Penelope. You need to get back
You're
to her.
too good for this little girl.
Yeah, she's a dumb little dummy. You know?
We almost decapitated earlier today because she didn't walk you up here. We don't care much for her.
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it.
You're not off the block yet.
Oh. And the account of his wanderings now finished. Alcinous gives Odysseus a boat. He gives him gifts. He gives him sailors to help him sail home. So
he gives him new red shirts.
he does. Yeah. You know what's going to happen to him?
They're all gonna die.
They're all going to die. Because once Podicius. I just combined Poseidon and Odysseus. When Poseidon spots
Celebrity couple alert.
it's not going to happen. When Poseidon spots Odysseus in Ithaca, he becomes enraged that the Phaeacians assisted his nemesis. So he shows up. Zeus.
Daddy's here. What do you want, Athena?
No.
Oh.
No, it's your brother.
Yeah, I know who it is. I see your face.
Yeah,
but she's been doing a cute thing where she's been putting on mustaches.
Yeah, there's like a trail of those cheap mustaches that you get out of candy machines just
she's so cute.
leading up to your room. Yeah, I'm really pissed that you've been helping her out with this little thing
Say
with Odysseus.
what?
I'm so angry.
Me?
Yes.
I don't do anything. I just hang around my bathrobe all day.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm wearing it right now.
You know my domain? It's the ocean.
Oh, you know my domain? It's fucking everything because I'm king of your ass.
Sure, yeah. But you're going to let me punish this guy.
What? Okay, let's be real. That Cyclops was weird. He was weird.
He's my son.
He was fucking
okay. He's weird. As shit. He had that thing where he dressed up men as dolls. But I need my revenge.
You're kind of glad he's dead.
Let me have this.
It's one
he's
less
not
Christmas
dead. He's just
present.
blind.
Oh, he's just blind?
Yeah.
Wait, why are you trying to kill this guy?
He blinded my son.
Well, he only had one eye to start off with.
Sure.
It's a numbers game.
All right, I'm getting revenge, just letting you know.
Night.
So that's how that goes. And Poseidon allows the Phaeacians to travel all the way back to their home. And right when they get to their home, he turns their boat to stone.
Wait, so the guys that help Odysseus out, those dudes, the red shirts.
Yeah, the red shirts. He turns their boat to stone. This is the ship. Everyone on the island is like, "Oh, look, my husband and my son are coming home." And then they just see the boat become stone and sink to the ocean.
So why did
right before it reaches the harbor?
He just didn't know that they were helping him out while Odysseus was on the boat?
Yeah, he's got an attention span thing. He's busy.
Okay, so he couldn't get the boat while Odysseus was on it.
Over 100 naiad daughters. He's got a lot going on.
Why is he punishing them indirectly if they have no idea that what's going on?
Because they helped his nemesis.
But they didn't know that it's even his nemesis.
He is Poseidon. Poseidon can be a dick sometimes.
All the times.
Yeah.
He's like Zeus Jr.
I think he's older than Zeus.
Is he?
Yeah, he's Zeus Senior.
Yeah, but he's still not as gross as Zeus.
Yeah.
No one is.
That's true. So yeah, they sink to the bottom of the ocean, and at that point, the Phaeacians are like, "Well, this is what we get for helping out strangers," and so they resolve never to do it again. It's the mini myth about how the Phaeacians became assholes.
Yeah,
it's their wound. Back in Ithaca, Odysseus awakens on the beach again, as he's wont to do, to find a country that he doesn't recognize. And I don't understand why she does this. Athena shrouds it in mist to conceal its true form.
Oh, this is going so fucking cool. I'm gonna turn my fog machine on. Oh, I'm gonna have my boy out. He's
while she
love it.
plans his next move for him.
Okay, I gotta think. I gotta sleep, so I'm gonna put the fog machine on and I'm gonna.
Then she puts on a shepherd's beard and disguises herself as a shepherd.
Okay.
She meets him and tells him that he's actually in Ithaca.
Yeah, hey. Surprise.
Wait, why did you?
Yeah.
Athena.
You're gonna think about it and you're gonna laugh.
No. You made me wake up on the beach.
Yep.
You made me confused about whether or not this is my country.
Yes.
And then you appear to me as a shepherd and then reveal to me that it's actually my country. What's the punchline, Athena?
Take a shot.
Okay. It makes no sense. Yeah. So then she helps makeover scene. She helps Odysseus conceal his identity.
I've been trying a lot of characters out lately, and I think you're gonna like this one I came up with.
And she announces that it's time for Odysseus to use his wits to punish his suitors.
His suitors?
The suitors of Penelope.
Oh, okay. I was like, is he gonna like retroactively go ruin all their lives?
He's already ruined their lives.
He did, I know.
She also tells him to hide out in the hut of his swineherd, Eumaeus.
Swineherd?
That's a man who herds pigs. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
So I got this fucking awesome plan. You're gonna live in a pig house, and you're gonna be dressed like this in my cocktail dress with a little mustache on your chin.
If cocktail dress means that he's dressed like an old vagabond, then yes.
You should see me at 2 a.m. in a cocktail dress.
That's true. I think you're thinking of Vagrant, though. So then Telemachus, or I just said his name wrong. Telemachus returns to Ithaca, and when he goes back to the palace, he sees the men rabble, like getting ready to jump him. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to hide out in the swineherd's house. And so he shows up to Eumaeus's hut, and that's where he finds him talking with a stranger. And Eumaeus tells Telemachus, hey, this is this guy. He showed up here. He wants to be one of the suitors for your mom, but he's a beggar and a vagrant, and he's wearing this cocktail dress. I don't know if I trust him. And Telemachus is like, okay, well, this is really weird. It looks like one of Athena's shitty disguises. Eumaeus, why don't you tell my mom that I've returned so that I don't have to go out there and face those guys right now, because they look like they're all going to kill me. There's part of the story here where like Odysseus has stayed with Eumaeus for like a really long time already at this point.
Wait, but it's right outside his house?
Yeah, it's right outside his house. But he stays there for like 14 days or something, and Eumaeus is like, get out. This is my house.
This is a small little pig house.
And then Telemachus shows up and tells him to do this favor for him, also sort of risking his life because the suitors are so angry. So
I have one job.
So like father, like son, they both take advantage of this old guy's hospitality. And then this is where it's really sweet. Then Odysseus and sees his son for the very first time, and he's like, my boy, it's your father.
Oh, why are you in a dress?
Athena gave me this dress to wear. You know she weird.
She weird.
Come here.
She real weird.
Let me get a look at you.
A lick on me?
A look at you.
Please don't lick me.
I'm not gonna. Last time I saw you, I was about to run you over with farm equipment, but then I didn't.
Oh yeah. That's I guess technically the nicest thing you've ever done for me.
I know. Oh my boy, it's been so good. And they have this tearful exchange. And
why do you live in the pig house?
I'm trying to plan what to do with these suitors. Athena says I need to teach them a lesson, even though I should just go inside, reclaim my wife, your mother, and tell them to leave. Like, it should be that simple, but I guess we're gonna get bloody revenge.
Oh, Daddy. I'd like to murder all those men with you.
Aw. And then they hug, and that's where we leave this episode. We're saving
tender hug.
Yeah, we're saving the bloody revenge for next time.
So a heart fade out.
Yeah.
On this.
Yeah, and then Eros shoots an arrow and then flies away. And then gets stuck in a bug zapper.
That's sweet. So there's going to be a real bloody bath if there's a whole other episode of this shit.
It's a whole red wedding after this. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what was that? Was that you doing Owen Wilson sort of?
I was trying.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Have you ever been naked and you say, I wish I was clothed, and then I also am hungry in 1 hour?
Oh, yeah.
Well, pop on over to Calypso's island where she is alone and she makes a fruit roll-up that you put on your boobie and your poopy.
How do you pronounce your island, Calypso?
I like that.
What was that? I need directions specifically.
You see the only island around here, and you come to it. So please come to Calypso's island of edibles, and I put the butter on your areolas.
Oh no. Oh. Yeah. Well, at least that came back around. Well, I'm so glad that we're almost done with the Odyssey. It's so odd. I'm so
glad we finally met one likable male character And I wonder how he'll ruin it next episode.
I mean, he's gonna slaughter some people, but
That's fine.
That's never prevented anyone from liking anyone.
Honestly, would people overstay their welcome? And I'm like, get out of my apartment now. 10 years?
Yeah.
10 years?
You and Ben Franklin.
Don't know what that means.
Well, that's a reference for our other podcast, which is about Ben Franklin and the things that he used to say in his Farmer's Almanac. Yeah.
I have syphilis.
That's the other thing he used to say. That's the whole book is just those two things. It's how he doesn't like guests and he has syphilis.
Get out of here.
Probably one begot the other. If you enjoy this podcast and you want to follow it on social media, we are _mythunderstood on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us individually at the Paul Bianchi and the Sarah Oliver, also on Instagram. And you can also check out the website, which is God, what is our website?
Do we have one?
Yeah. We have a website. It is mythunderstoodpodcast.com.
And check out our daddy. It's Dragon Wagon Radio. Follow it at It's Dragon Wagon on all social media. And hey guys, we got t-shirts and we got mugs.
Yeah, that's true. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. I am wearing the standard Myth Understood logo.
That you created yourself because you're a beautiful genius.
I did not sew this shirt.
No, you drew our logo.
Yes, I drew the logo and I am wearing it on black right now. And I like black t-shirts. What can I say?
Say it. Sing it.
Yeah, so you can show your support by shopping and wearing these awesome t-shirts from not only this podcast but also all the other podcasts on the network. You can also show your support at dragonwagonradio.com/support, and you can support by donating directly or also picking up things that we need from our wish list on Amazon.
We're out of milk.
We are out of milk. God, that's the thing we need the most. Also, please rate and review us on iTunes and anywhere that you can review us because that helps people find us, and continue to call me out for my horrible pronunciation on social media because God, I love it so much. That's the thing I want more than anything else.
I honestly enjoy it.
I know.
I send him screenshots all day. It's fun.
That's true.
And you guys are the bestest. We love talking to you when you reach out, and smoochy moochies.
Yeah, what she said. Bye.
Give him a smooch.
Hey, it's Zen Zenith,
And I'm Jake Lloyd.
and we're here to talk about Dragon Wagon Radio. This podcast you're listening to right now is a podcast on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network.
Yes, it's a network that you and I started out of a desire to give voice to artists who maybe didn't have the platform previously to do a show the way that they want to do it.
You can find it all online at dragonwagonradio.com.
It's Dragon Wagon.
Oh, wow. This is my favorite my favorite podcast. They got myths and they explain it, and one friend tells the other friend about it. Wow.
Wow. That's a good impression.
Okay.
That's a good impression.